Hi guys! Welcome back to our channel. So in this video, pag-uusapan natin yung Climate Action Incentive Plan or another incentive na pwedeng nyong ma-receive dito sa Canada. And that can be worth about 1,000 Canadian dollars in 1 year. So it depends on the size of your family and the province that you are in. So if you're interested in this topic, please keep on watching. Emma again here. So for those who are new in this channel, so I am an international student here in Canada, and together with my husband Alwin, we make videos about our processing of our student visa application so it can help other people too in their student visa applications. And we make also videos about our life here in Canada so you can get a preview of the life that you will be getting here in Canada. So if you're interested on those topics, on those videos, you can click on the subscribe button below para updated rin kayo sa mga latest video uploads namin. So ano nga ba tong Climate Action Incentive Plan? So being a newcomer here in Canada, wala kami actually idea about this Climate Action Incentive Plan, but we made a research on that since this is very timely. We were able to submit na kasi diba our tax return previously, and people are expecting to receive this assistance or incentive from the government. So yung Climate Action Incentive Plan, it can be hundreds or it can reach up to $1,000. So in 1 year, depending on the size of your family and the province in Canada that you are in. So first question, bakit ba tayo bibigyan ng gobyerno ng Canada ng assistance para sa Climate Action Incentive Plan nila? So yung goal ng Climate Action Incentive Plan ay magbigay ng insentibo para sa mga individual o pamilya dito sa Canada, and that actually includes certain provinces lang, not all provinces, so that these individuals and families can use that money para makatulong sa pagpapababa ng mga gas emissions, so that makakontribute sila sa mas malinis na kapaligiran. So, paano ba tayo makakatulong para ma-reduce yung gas emissions under this Climate Action Incentive Plan? So, ang naiisip ko dito when I read this is that with that amount of money na pwedeng ibigay sa inyo or pwedeng sa inyong buong pamilya, kasi mas mataas kapag pamilya kayo, so you will use that money para makabili ng mga energy saving devices or appliances. So nakakatulong kayo sa pagre-reduce ng gas emissions in this country. And then number 2, under this program then or under this Climate Action Incentive Plan, they are encouraging also to use clean transportation. So they are encouraging people na instead of using their cars, kung kaya naman, mag-walk or mag-bisikleta or even use the public transportation rather than use their vehicles. Kung kaya naman syempre dito rin sa Canada talaga kailangan yung mga sasakyan, lalo na kung yung work mo ay malayo. Pero kung hindi naman kailangan, yan, katulad ko, I'm just working nearby, they're encouraging people to just walk or use the public transportation in order to help reduce the gas emissions. And then number 3, basic to, yung pagtatanim ng puno. They're encouraging under this program na people would help plant trees kasi yung mga trees nag-absorb yan ng carbon dioxide. And with that, makakatulong din to sa pag-reduce ng gas emissions. And finally, with this plan, they are encouraging people to use renewable energy sources. So, ano ba yung mga renewable energy sources? Just like solar, wind, and then hydropower rather than the traditional sources of energy tulad ng langis, gas, and coal. So kung meron tayong pwedeng bilhin na mga equipment, devices, or appliances na makakatulong para i-reduce ang gas emissions, so that will be helpful, and that is really the goal of the Climate Action Incentive Plan. So, papaano ba maging eligible para makatanggap tayo din ng Caip or Climate Action Incentive Plan payments? So, first and foremost, ang rule dito is that you must be a resident of Canada for income tax purposes. So, we emphasize that resident for income tax purposes dahil hindi naman dito required na permanent resident ka. So, as long as you are a resident in Canada for income tax purposes, so gaya din namin, nag-file din kami, di ba, previously ng income tax return. So, we are also considered as resident of Canada here for income tax purposes, although we are not yet permanent resident. So, compliant tayo under that first requirement. So, second requirement though is that you must be a resident of these provinces. So, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and Ontario. So as I've mentioned, diba, earlier, not all provinces ng Canada ay may entitlement for Caip. So hindi lahat makakatanggap nito. So if you belong to a different province, wala kayong Caip. But although, yan, meron tayong madadagdag starting July 1, 2023. And that is Newfoundland and Labrador, Nova Scotia, and Prince Edward Island. So starting this year, July 1, 2023, makakatanggap na rin sila ng quarterly payments mula sa gobyerno under this program. So yan, if you belong to the provinces I have mentioned, and then sa mga maidadagdag later on by July, yan, expect na makakatanggap kayo ng tax-free payments under this program. So magkano ba ang pwede nating makuha from the government under this Climate Action Incentive Program? So actually, ngayon lang din kami nag-research, hindi namin alam na may matatanggap pala kami kasi nga since we are newcomers, bago lang ito sa pandinig namin. And we just did our research, so nalaman namin kung magkano pala yung entitlement namin. And actually, may mga bagay-bagay din pa kaming inaasikaso para mai-process to since may mga kailangan pa silang documents on our end. So kami, although we can be entitled, so hindi pa siya napaprocess or wala pa kaming natatanggap dahil yan, we just need to submit documents or even not submit, just confirm through phone sa CRA yung certain details na hinihingi nila. But since nga yun, based on our previous vlog, you know that there is a strike going on. So, kunwari kung tatawagan man namin si Government of Canada, whatever department that we want to speak with, medyo natatagalan sa waiting time. But yeah, we have to be patient. And para rin naman sa atin yon. So, antayin lang natin until they are available and just pray that this strike will soon end and then their issues will soon be resolved. Anyway, going back, magkano ba yung pwedeng tanggapin? So, it depends kung gaano ba kalaki yung pamilya ninyo. So, kung mas maraming anak, mas malaki. And depende rin sa province na kung nasan kayo. So, I will show to you guys here. So, ito guys, yung nakikita nyo is based from the website of Canada. So, search nyo lang yung Climate Action Incentive Program and you will be directed here. As you can see, ito yung parang portion kung saan nila ina-explain kung magkano yung pwede nyong i-expect na matatanggap from the government. So, note then also that the payment of this Caip will be universal. So, pare-pareho yan sa bawat tao. So, depending on their family situation. And this will not be subject to benefit reduction based on the adjusted family income. So, kahit mas mataas yung income ng isang pamilya kaysa sa isa, so pare-pareho lang sila ng matatanggap under this program. But here, it is made separate per province. As you can see, so for the Ontario province, it will be $488 for an individual and then additional $244 kung may asawa siya or common law partner. So as you can note here, spouse or common law partner kasi this is a common law country, yung Canada. So kahit hindi kayo married, as long as you are considered common law partners, that partner can also be entitled to the separate benefit. And then, as what I've mentioned, di ba? Sabi ko, pag mas marami ding anak, mas mataas yung benefit kasi this one, it's $122 per child under 19 years old. So, yan. Ito yung limit ha. Kapag 19 na, there will be no climate action incentive plan unless considered parent ka na. And then, if you came from a single-parent family, yung first child doon will be $244. So, that is for the province of Ontario. And then here, we have Manitoba. As you can note, it's higher than Ontario. And, yan. So, $528 for individual, $264 for a spouse or common law partner, and then $132 naman per child nila under 19, and then $264 for the first child in a single parent family. So yan, slightly higher si Manitoba compared kay Ontario. So about Saskatchewan naman. So etong Saskatchewan, higher siya kesa sa Ontario and Manitoba. So if you're a resident in Saskatchewan, so that you will be receiving $680 if you're an individual, and then kung may asawa ka, an additional $340 will be given, or common law partner yan, and then $170 per child under 19 years of age, and then $340 for the first child in a single parent family. And then here finally, Alberta. So, Alberta is the province that I am here now. So, ito yung computation namin. And ang sabi dito is, it is for the 2022 base year. So, every year actually, nagbabago yan. So, iba yung 2021 base year, iba rin yung 2022 base year. So, yan, it depends on the year and their assessment. And then, for us, here in Alberta, it's $772 for an individual, $386 for a spouse or common law partner. So since I have a spouse, so there will be an additional $386, and then since I have one child, so that will be an additional $193. But if that is a first child in a single parent family, that is $386. And then kindly take note that it includes a rural supplement of 10% of the base amount for residents of small and rural communities. But ito pala guys, take note guys kahit isipin nyo na medyo malaki siya, diba? Hindi yan one-time, big-time ibibigay. So before, it's being paid annually via tax credit when you file your personal income tax return. Pero now, since actually July 2022, it has been changed and it's being now paid quarterly. So whatever will be the total, that will be divided into 4 separate payments. And then ito naman guys, so as I've mentioned earlier, aside sa Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and Ontario, so the residents of these provinces will also be entitled to Caip payments starting July 2023. And that is Newfoundland and Labrador, Nova Scotia, and Prince Edward Island. But note in this case, so, diba, para maiisip nyo, ay ang liliit, nasa 161.20. But this one kasi, it's yearly yung computation, pero i-divide niya per month. Pero dito kasi, automatic na nilang dinivide into 4. So, expect daw yung people from these provinces will be provided a quarterly credit of, for an individual, that's $164. If that individual has a spouse or common law partner, an additional of $82. And then, per child is $41. And then, if that is a first child in a single parent family, that will be $82. So, yon. And then, Nova Scotia, since this is a different province, that will be $124 quarterly credit for an individual. $62 naman will be an additional if there is a spouse or common law partner. And then, $31 per child under 19. And then, $62 for the first child in a single parent family. And finally, yung last province na inad is the Prince Edward Island. So, they will be getting a quarterly credit of $120 for an individual, $60 for a spouse or common law partner, and then $30 per child under 19, and $60 if that is a first child in a single parent family. So ito guys, yung makikita nyo under the website of Canada. So you will be guided if gusto nyong i-visit din and makompute kung magkano yung entitlement nyo. Yan. So there is also an information here. So kailan nyo ba or kailan namin na mga residente ng mga probinsyang na-mention na to matatanggap yung payment. So if you're entitled to receive the Caip, you can expect to receive them here. So these are the months that you are expecting to receive them: 15th of April, July, October, and January. So when the 15th falls on a Saturday, Sunday, or a federal statutory holiday, so the payment will be made on the last business day before the 15th. Okay guys, so yung mga payments dito, since we have already created an account under the CRA, is direct deposit na. So yun, hindi na kami kailangan mag-antay ng dumating yung checks from the CRA. Direkta na lang na, magugulat ka na lang na may nadagdag sa account mo kasi CRA is doing the direct deposit on the dates mentioned. So yun guys, diba? As you can see, medyo malaki-laki rin yung pwede nyong makuha, especially that if you are, for example, family of 3, aabuti na ng libo yun when I computed sa amin. So that's for a year. So it will be divided in quarterly payments. Pero lalo na kung kunwari yung mga ibang pamilya nakakilala ko, they have 4 kids, diba? So that will be an additional benefit payment for them. So yun, di ba? It's a nice program from the government of Canada, and I hope din naman syempre yung ibang residents ng other provinces maging entitled sila. But yeah, siguro it really depends on the policies of per province. And we are just thankful here in Alberta na kasama kami sa makakatanggap ng Caip. So another question is, paano ba mag-apply dito? So ina-apply pa ba yan? Kailangan pa ba may pirmahan na form? So basically, as a rule talaga, hindi na kailangan mag-apply for Caip. So as long as you are a resident here in Canada on those provinces that we have mentioned, and then nakapag-file ka ng tax return previously, and you are still a resident here in Canada for that payment month, so you are entitled, automatically makaka-receive ka niyan. Pero here, yun nga, kaya kami may inaasikaso pa. We are newcomers here. There are just some details na we have to confirm sa end ng CRA. So we are calling them, and yun nga, parang sa side naman namin, we are not required na to submit a document. Although, when you read the website, if you are a newcomer, you have to submit these certain forms. But if you will be calling them naman, you don't need to submit those forms. You will be providing those additional details that they will require you over the phone. So, as naman, they required us to confirm the marital status. So, yan, kinonfirm ko at I was married, and then tinanong din nila since when, and then until when. So, until today naman, married pa ako. So, yan, yung mga details na kinonfirm natin. Aside from that, they needed the information for your 2022 income. So, before you came here in Canada, and that 2021. So, yan, kinonfirm natin yan, and that's supported naman yung mga tax returns natin in the Philippines. And, yun. So, they inputted that, and we are just awaiting for their calculations, and that will show in the system in our account in CRA. So, meron din pala kami ditong ongoing concern pa. So, dapat tawagan pa namin later on si CRA for a certain confirmation on their end, tsaka sa end namin, dahil di ba we have a child here, so dapat di ba may additional yung amount na yon for the computation. And kasi dito, in order for you to have an eligible child, so under their website, the child must be 19 years of age, and the child must of course live with you, and you are the primary responsible for the care and upbringing for the child. And finally, another requirement na sinasabi dito is that your child must be registered in the Canada Child Benefit. Since, diba, we are not yet 18 months here in Canada, we have not yet applied for Canada Child benefit. So 18 months kasi yung qualification. But since ginagawa rin nila itong requirement for the Caip, so that will be our concern na hindi ba talaga maisasama yung child, but if isasama naman, at least diba, na-confirm namin na we have a child para ma-add siya sa computation when we receive our Caip soon. So, yan. So, at least, diba, guys, para sa mga newcomers na tulad namin na dumating last year or if kayo dumating ngayon, at least you know later on what you will do. Kung may mga concerns kayo, tawag lang din kayo sa CRA. So, they have hotline provided there in their website. So, may strike lang talaga ngayon kaya matagal yung waiting time, but I know if there's no strike, mabilis naman silang nakaka-answer ng mga concerns nyo and you will know kung ano or magkano yung magiging entitlement nyo agad. So yun guys, I hope nakatulong tong video na to. If you learned something from this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe na rin kayo on our channel and click na rin the notification button in order for you to get notified of our future uploads. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!